3 Series Bimmer. I've got one of those. I guess I better make a video before the light fades. The sun's gone away. It drizzled for a minute. Ford Taurus police cars, or whatever they call them now. That is called a police something. 500, they keep changing the names. Saw a bunch of dilapidated buildings. Should have made a video of that. Wow, what a monster block. Francis Marion Hotel. Get drunk. This is interesting. They built a little house in the front and there's one in the back. It's a different building. Interesting. These old neighborhoods are all chopped up. If you look at the survey plans or the deed that shows the lot lines, it's always crazy. Lines go left, right, center, overlap. Sometimes they even have a little space in between the buildings. You think they'd build them right next to each other and join them. Nope. Sometimes they leave a tiny gap. Abandoned. Empty. There's our police car. I wonder what it is. No more Crown Vics. Cancelled. Flex Fuel Police Interceptor. Plastic badge. Looks like a Ford Taurus, but what do I know from Fords? Uh-oh! Coming in droves like bees to a hive with the air conditioning on. Tiny little space between two buildings becomes its own little building. In Charleston, where the weather's mild and you still get the occasional subtropical palm tree. But we're at the edge of it, I think. Muggs, what are you doing? Oh, sorry. 1891, McAllister Furniture. It's going upscale. Five Guys hamburger joint. Greasy spoon, too many calories. Heart attack between two buns. Wow.
Yes, it's made in Charleston. Okay, we'll have to.
Got a bad bearing in there somewhere in that 4-cylinder Altima. So a few things I've noticed on the Chevy Captiva Saturn View. Transmission downshifts and it holds you back. Feels like you're tapping on the brake. And at more than moderate throttle. At more than moderate throttle, the shift is pretty lethargic. Ugh, slide bump. 1883. Going upscale. Thai and sushi. Eating with chopsticks. I can eat with chopsticks. Hey Muggs, look, there could be some animals in here. Funny, huh? You'd think they build the buildings right tight to each other. Clinker brick. It's funny how those are chipped away like big trucks used to go through here a million years ago. Interesting. Sometimes they have a basement with an access from the sidewalk like here. We're gonna limp on down the street. I got an old war wound and it's acting up because I walked too much yesterday. Just like him. Doesn't want to walk, I can't walk. Oh, I'm limping. Can't really see it on the camera, but trust me. Antiques. Muggs, you have to walk. Come on. Come on. Give me some cats, Muggs. There's cats. Kickin' chicken. Pitched roof. You think it would be pitched towards the back or towards the middle? The big bolt holding the building right there. Holding the halves together. Banh Mi Noodles Bar. Guess gets to the point where noodles become expensive. Wow, staircase right up the middle. Under the grease vent. Space between two buildings. Interesting. Flowers, that's nice. Candy store. Cards and gifts. Shoes. I don't think we'll see Mrs. CW wearing any of these. Oh, look! Dorothy's slippers! Oh my, I'm having enough trouble walking in flat shoes. Freaking them. Clunk. Clunk. Yep. Prada. Sounds expensive. Nice flat shoes. The golden slippers. Well, I'm going to turn this thing off. There's a bit too much to look at before we get to the batteries. Where are we? On King Street. I think we're on King Street.
Find a place that's not too long.
There's those shoes. Those girls are tall enough. They don't need any help. Artwork. Picture artwork. Mercedes. Flat glass. The last of the series of flat glass, I think. The Hummer and that model Mercedes. Never had a... Actually, I did have a Mercedes. I had a Mercedes, a fuel-injected Mercedes, probably a 73 with a mechanical fuel injection. I didn't know a thing about how to fix it. So I converted it to a carburetor from a Maverick. It ran. I drove it out to the country and parked it. And it might still be sitting there 30 years later. Yep, Maverick carburetor. Straight 6 Maverick carburetor on a straight 6 Mercedes. Was it a 6-cylinder? No, it wasn't a Mercedes. That was a diesel Mercedes. It was a Volvo. I put a carburetor on a Volvo. Straight 6 Volvo. Made an adapter out of a piece of aluminum, filed it to fit. That was my machine shop. Bench vise and a file and a drill. No drill press, just a drill. And it might still be there, unless the cars all got crushed. I ain't been there and never gonna get there. Commissioner of Public Works, Charleston, South Carolina. All right, mugs.